Well, we move with an update on the Embu accident, where the death toll has now reached 10. After the accident, one more person died last night while receiving treatment at the Embu Level 5 hospital. The hospital's acting nursing services manager, Karimi Mushira, says the deceased was among the 3 who had been admitted in critical condition. Mushira says 2 of the patients who had suffered serious injuries are now in stable condition. 6 other victims suffered slight injuries. The accident has claimed the highest number of victims in road carnage over the festive season. 9 passengers died instantly after a matatu collided head-on with a lorry at Ikungu Bridge in Embu West sub-county.
We also admitted 6 patients, in which we admitted 3 females and 3 males who are receiving medication in our surgical wards. Right now, as for the condition, they are doing well. They are in stable condition right now.
Our condolences to the families. Let us now move to the court, where the High Court has temporarily suspended the implementation of 8 clauses of the Controversial Security Laws Act pending the hearing and determination of a case by CORD. In his ruling, Justice George Odunda said some of the clauses touching on fundamental issues in the Bill of Rights. CORD leadership led by Raila Odinga and Moses Wetangula welcomed the ruling, saying the court has protected rights of the people of Kenya.
Nobody, including the Lion Solicitor General, was able to enlighten the court how the situation would be restored. Clause 56 introduced new Part 5 dealing with special operations, which are operations meant to neutralize threats against national security. The provisions thereunder then proceed to deal with what are called covert operations. It is contended that this provision is likely to take the country back to the pre-2010 constitution dark days. By enacting unto themselves the current constitution by way of a referendum, no doubt Kenyans intended to have a break from the past. It's therefore necessary that this part be investigated by the court in order to determine whether it is susceptible to abuse considering the current constitutional dispensation.
Short of suspending the entire act, the judge has also raised very serious concern and very strong opinions on the flawed manner and the chaotic situation under which the legislative process was undertaken in the National Assembly on the 18th. And he has said in very many words that what happened in the National Assembly was in fact not a legislative process.
What has been done today is very historic, in the sense that it has dealt with the dictum that you cannot compromise the security of Kenyans in the name of democracy. It says clearly that in protecting Kenyans, you must also protect their democratic rights. You must protect their freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom of thought, and freedom of the media.
Welcome back now to our top story of the day. The High Court has temporarily suspended the implementation of 8 clauses of the Controversial Security Laws Act. Now, before the High Court delivered its verdict, the case Attorney General Githu Muigai had predicted that the case may take any turn depending on how the judge analyzes the arguments by lawyers representing the concerned parties. He said that interpretation of the Constitution depends on just how best the lawyers argue the case. The AG was speaking to KTN's Aaron Ochieng.
The Security Bill 2014 has been one of the things that has been talked about towards the end of this year on numerous platforms. I don't know, what is your own assessment of the case that CORD has presented in the High Court?
I think myself that it is important in broadening our democratic space in this country that all what the Constitution means continues to be a matter of public debate. I think that is a healthy thing. And I think that the Constitution intended that the court will always be the ultimate judge of what is constitutional and what isn't. So I find that where the executive, in its wisdom, like we have done, has made proposals for the amendment of law to the legislature, and the legislature has enacted, the president has assented. If any question arises as to whether that law measures to the Constitution, it is only proper that the court should have a say about that ultimately. So what is happening is healthy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
In the Senate, we saw the opposition senators basing their argument on the interpretation of Article 110 of the Constitution. In your own view, do you think both speakers needed to have been in consultation before this bill was enacted?
You see, how Parliament works is an internal matter for Parliament itself. And how the Speaker of one House works with another Speaker is entirely up to their own internal arrangement. I know for a fact, because I've appeared before the Senate, that the Senate has preferred a situation where bills that originate from government are taken to both speakers. Then both speakers can determine whether it's a bill that ought to be introduced in the Senate as well. This bill, I need to remind you, is actually a parliamentary initiative. It is a bill that actually is tabled by the Security Committee itself, the Honorable Kamama's committee. So again, the question of what are the internal discussions that take place in Parliament between the speakers, between the committee chairs and so on, is something that is entirely in Parliament's discretion. I do not believe myself that a bill ceases to be efficacious because formally it has not been tabled, it has not been presented by one speaker. It is possible that one speaker talking to another speaker may say, we agree that that is not a bill that ought to be here. And there is no record of that, and there need not be a record of that.
Attorney General, this case of people eating chicken, should the same case that is happening in the UK be brought here into Kenya, or some people who are mentioned in UK be tried here in the country?
I can assure you, for the last 1.5 years, we have had very serious interaction with the Serious Fraud Office on both cases, on the IEBC case and on the Kenya National Examination Council case. Yes, we have supplied them with a lot of information that was used in the case that they have prosecuted. They have also supplied the Anti-Corruption Commission with a lot of information. The challenge is that we cannot go to the public in a timeous way to say we are busy investigating A, B, C, or D. But the truth is that this is going on all the time. Indeed, if you take the Anglo-Leasing cases themselves, we were always in contact with Swiss authorities. We were in contact with authorities in the UK. We were in contact with the authorities in Jersey. But it isn't a matter that can be brought into the public domain without compromising investigations.
I thank you, Attorney General Githu Muigai, for finding time to talk to KTN.
Away from matters security laws, outgoing Inspector General of Police David Kimaiyo has handed over office to Acting Inspector General of Police, who also doubles up as Deputy Inspector General of Police, that is Samuel Arachi. Kimaiyo said that he did his best in discharging his duties as a police officer in the last 35 years, but the Inspector General of Police seeing officers die was one of his lowest moments, adding that the challenges have since changed, with the current ones being dealing with terrorism, cybercrime and white-collar crimes. As he leaves the service, Kimaiyo believes he laid a foundation in dealing with current challenges, with various policies set to be launched. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Samuel Arachi, assured Kimaiyo that they will make sure that Kenya continued to be secure.
Some family members are very somebody has driven into a dam, you feel very bad as a human being. You feel you are affected. And that's why I'm saying even our officers, they require some counseling services. When you witness every day dead body, and remember police officer is the first person also to remove that dead body from the scene, we feel very bad indeed very bad. I've been one of the people who have been going to scenes of crimes most of the time at my junior level, when I was an OCS and so forth. You don't feel good when you continue collecting dead bodies at the scene of a crime.
As we wait for the incoming Inspector General to support us and ensure that security for this country is maintained. And also thanking the team, because over the festive season, we've not had any serious incidents, and I want to urge them to continue working that way, maintain the tempo, so that we have a secure country. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are not out of the woods yet. Like the president has said, we are at war with terror. And all of us, security agencies, members of the public, our leaders must work together. And more so for the members of the public in giving information and intelligence that would lead us in interdicting the bad elements before they cause mayhem in this country.
Kimaiyo was recently appointed the chairman of the Kenya Airports Authority. That is where he will go after the police service. Now, it is also emerging that there might not be a teachers' strike after all. The chairman of the National Association of Parents says they have a court order stopping the planned industrial action by the teachers from Monday. Our reporter Nicholas Omboa has just attended a press conference on this matter and now joins us on phone for further details. Nick, if you can hear me, what are the reasons the association gave for seeking this court injunction?
Thank you very much, Ian. I'm coming to you live from the Salvation Army Church here in town, whereby the Kenya National Association of Parents was meeting over the looming strike. And they have said that as per now, there's not going to be any strikes as from Monday, which comes as a relief to the parents and students. They are saying that they went to the court on 31st December, whereby they sued four parties in that case. That's the Ministry of Labor, Kazungu Kambi, the Ministry of Education, Jacob Kimaiyo, TSE, and the KNUT Secretary General, that is Wilson Sossion. So they're saying that they have the order that it is stopping the strike. And on the point, Ian, are you getting me?
You need to continue.
So they're saying that as of the exams that were just released, the results, the class 8 results, 52% of the students failed, with 85% of the students failing due to the strikes that have just been happening within the year. So they're saying that the strike is not going to be there, as according to the court order, awaiting for the NAT and KUPPET to respond. Back to Ian.
Nick, do we know if the association has tried to reach any of the other from NAT and TSC?
Oh, Ian, the reason they're stopping the strike is that they're saying that they've not been involved, and they're saying that they've done their part by going to the court, awaiting NAT and KUPPET to respond. So we're waiting for NAT and KUPPET to give their feedback on the same subject.
Okay, thank you very much. That was Nicholas Omboa coming to us by way of phone from the Salvation Army Church, where the Kenya National Association of Parents was holding a press conference. We understand that the strike has been called off after they managed to attain a court order. Well, last year was a rather crazy year, especially for reporters here at KTN. And here is some of what was just happening behind the scenes.
You have chosen KTN as your best TV station. This is because you have the best of reporters deployed all over the country to bring you comprehensive news coverage with courage. Unfortunately, behind the cameras and the lenses that they always look into, they get captured unaware. This is why, on behalf of the whole KTN camera crew and the whole Standard Group family, we are going to bring you the best of KTN news files. And once again, for the second year running, the goof monster strikes again.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yes, I'm ready.
Uganda is hosting the and also
kujikimu kimaisha kwa English ni nini?
Mimi unajua Kiswahili na kwanga nimebit.
Nilijua unaniangalia.
Serikali ya kitaifa na ile ya county inashikilia kwamba wataimarisha usalama mahali hapa. Wakenya hapa
It is perhaps, and in the long
I tell you, things are getting hot here.
But at the end of the day, what an individual takes home, Mwana yo dudu.
Inzi.
What the hell?
A facility whose power has significantly
go back up.
I get to significantly, then I get lost.
Mji huu wa Kapedo ndio umekuwa mji wa
Katika shule ya msingi hapa Kisumu yupo kijana aliyejawa na tabasamu tele. Kijana Mumanyi nani?
Alex Onsarigo.
Mtazamaji, ni njia ya kumpa msichana au mtoto wa kike jina katika
Kola yangu iko sawa. Kama nitakani kama nimetoka kwa chupa.
How relevant is that topic? Budaime, unataka kuniua. Hey, the world is ending, oh.
But you know what? You've really got to give it the Wait a minute.
An eye for an eye.
Supuna sembe, oh. Supuna sembe.
And to their counterparts.
Mifupa hii huletwa katika chumba hiki ambapo after receiving some treatment at the Rift Valley Provincial General Hospital.
It is the president's stern warning that
hatua ya waziri wa elimu Jacob Kaimenyi imewaacha wengi
wameacha wakifanya nini?
Kujiuliza mbona ukaliacha timbo la chaka?
God, you're so tall. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. For now, all eyes are Yvonne.
The Christian clergy are very emphatic that the government must move decisively on matters security.
And here's the best part.
Nilikuwa nimesema nini?
Kusubiri hadi mwaka ujao ili kupanda
mbegu ya 310.
Mji wa Kapedo umeonekana kuwa ndio paka hapa.
Hapo ndio mwisho.
I just want to say that you may never see some of those pictures again until the end of the year. Elsewhere, a Fantas minor Kimaiyo is the lucky winner of the Jichekina 100,000 promotion that is currently running in the Standard newspaper. The promotion is aimed at rewarding viewers of KTN and faithful readers of the Standard newspaper. Lucky winners walk away with 100,000 shillings every day for buying a copy of the newspaper. The lucky winner expressed his joy after emerging the winner of the competition on this Christmas Day and urged readers and viewers alike to buy and read the Standard newspaper. Catch their favorite programs on KTN. A total of 4.5 million Kenya shillings is up for grabs and is set to the end of January.
Little did I know maybe alisahau sababu ni mimi nilikuwa nataka kuendea ile namba ya ushindi. Na mimi nilitelemuka, nikaenda, nikanunua, alafu nikarudi kwa nyumba, nikaendelea kusoma. Nikagojea on Sunday wakati nilinunua gazeti yangu kuangalia, nikapata kweli ni 0028.795. Karibu machozi itiririke ile ya furaha wakati niliona kweli nimeshinda, na nikajua ni ya ukweli. Mtu anaweza shida akinunua gazeti ya Standard. Jicheki 100,000 ni kweli. Wale hawaamini nataka kuwaambia ni kweli kabisa, mtu anaweza shida, na mimi ni mmoja wao. Nimechida 100,000.
Well, and just a clarification, the Kenya National Association of Parents has received a court order seeking to stop the called strike by the Kenya National Union of Teachers. We're still waiting to hear what the Union of Teachers will say, and so the strike has not been called off. And now handing over to Abia Gina, who is on the business desk with an interview on the real estate trends.
Well, many thanks there, Ian Wafula. And today we'll be talking about the real estate sector. And joining me in studio is Harun Nyamboki, a real estate developer. Welcome.
Thank you, Abe. Good afternoon.
Just to start us off, looking at the year that was in 2014, and now we are going into 2015, what have been some of the trends that you have seen in the property market, having been in the market for a number of years?
Thank you, Abe. Last year has shown itself with some challenges, and also there are some opportunities that we also encountered. Maybe I start with the opportunities. The demand for housing continues to rise, and the supply is not meeting the demand, except in the higher echelons. The middle and the lower middle income groups do not have enough houses in the country. This is really because of the influx of people from the rural areas into the urban areas. We are aware that the government is addressing this issue and has been addressing it for a long time, but because of lack of resources, sufficient resources, this has not come to pass. And therefore, the trend has been that the cost of the housing has been high, primarily because of cost of borrowing or credit.
Yeah.
Power has also been quite expensive. Other input costs like building materials have been high, and labor, and also the middle persons who have been disposing properties have also been inflating. They have to get their commission, so that has been the trend. But the trend at the moment from last year, following from last year and going towards this 2015, has been the middle income group and below are coming together to team up with developers to see how, in partnership, they can address these high costs and reduce them.
Talking about these partnerships that are coming up, you are one of the developers, Moke Gardens. Are we seeing more affordable housing units being delivered to the market?
Certainly, yes. And what's happening is that a developer comes out with a concept and puts it in the market so that those that are interested can purchase off-plan. The essence of buying off-plan does give the purchaser time to raise the requisite deposit and also to have an input in terms of the designs and the finishes of the product. And also they can avoid borrowing money for deposit, and even in the long run, because they are contributing. You see, once you start constructing, it will take you between 8 to 18 months. So during that period, the purchaser can organize him or herself to raise the requisite amounts to purchase.
On average, what are some of the rates we are having in the market, let's say for a 4-bedroom maisonette?
It will depend on where it is, because regions also do matter. The higher market segment can go anywhere between 30 to 50 million shillings. But in the lower sector, which we are more concerned with, the range is between 8 million to 15 million shillings for a 4-bedroom unit. But there you also don't have a lot of hits. Where you have a lot of hits is in the lower sector or a segment that's between studio apartments to 3 bedrooms.
And you as a developer, just share with us some of the key projects you are taking up this year, and what should you expect as you also give us your winding thoughts?
We have a project in Lukenya, or in the Mavoko Triangle, Golden Triangle. It's near Daystar University within Machakos County. We are planning to put up about 2,000 affordable units. They will range between a studio apartment to 3-bedroom apartments. We're also encouraging people to purchase off-plan. So that's what we intend to place in the market this year, 2015. We believe the symptoms or the signs have been good. So we believe the uptake will be good.
Thank you very much. That's a good place to end it.
Thank you.
Well, we've been speaking to Harun Nyamboki, the proprietor of Moke Gardens, just understanding what the property market has to offer this year. Now let's cross over to Ian for more news.
Well, and that is all we had for you for now. Do join us in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Ian Ofula. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing.